So just wanted to give my thoughts, a little bit of a recap on the big lightweight fight that we just saw today between Jorge El Nino De Oro Linares and Anthony $1 Million Crolla. And it was, of course, for the WBA and the Ring Magazine, the vacant Ring Magazine, now filled by Linares, lightweight championships of the world. And Linares came through with a unanimous decision in a fight that was looking like it was going to heat up a little bit in the mid rounds, but Linares took it away in the mid to late rounds and just did his thing. I mean, the early rounds, it was a little bit of a tit-for-tat type battle. Linares was showing just the superior hand speed, the superior body work. His punches were landing cleaner. Crolla was landing some pretty good shots here and there. A little bit more grazing, thudding type shots though, but you could tell that there was like serious power on him. He was trying to do to Linares what he did to Barroso, trying to get him tired. Use that that Gallagher style of fighting, come in with the high guard, try to tire your man out, almost like a mobile version of a rope-a-dope. Try to come forward, just pressure a guy, tire him out, go to the body, just hit him anywhere you can, on the body, on the elbows, on the arms, on the shoulders, just try to tire him out. But the thing is, Linares, even though he was starting to get winded a little bit, starting to gas just a tad in the mid rounds, managed to catch a second wind. And I think it was in the sixth round where Crolla was winning the round, and then Linares just busted him with a right hand upside his left temple and rocked him back into the ropes, nasty, and just started teeing off on him on the rope. It seemed like he was saved by the bell essentially. But Linares just pretty much rallied in the mid to late rounds and in the championship rounds in order to basically just outbox and outslick. Crolla just did a fantastic job of landing the cleaner, more effective shots. Every time Linares landed, you could see there was a lot of snap on everything that he landed, and he was landing clean. When it came to Crolla, it was really more of that kind of thudding, grazing type of shots, where it's like he was needing really the accumulation in order to try to wear Linares down. But unfortunately for Crolla, it just wasn't enough. Linares just had the superior overall skill set, the superior firepower, and he boxed the way that we've always known Linares to be able to box when he's really on his game, when he's really sharp and in good shape. And, in spite of the fact that Linares has had a little bit of a Zab Judah type career, a little bit of an up and down, where it's like he loses the guys he's expected to beat, and he manages to come back and beat some guys that are expected to give him a pretty tough fight, like here against Crolla. I mean, he just pulled it out and showed a lot, fulfilled a lot of the promise that he had been showing earlier in his career. This, basically knocking out, not knocking out Crolla, but knocking out the biggest win of his career, essentially, with this victory. Definitely the biggest win since probably since he won his first belt against Oscar Larios way back at featherweight. Just a fantastic victory for Linares. Another fantastic accomplishment for him over in the UK. Of course, he's coming off of that great war that he had last year with Kevin Mitchell. Just, a fantastic fight. He probably built a little bit of a nice, fan base / rival base in terms of, people that want to see him lose in the UK. So he's talking about, he'd like to go back and rematch Crolla if Crolla was open to it. Crolla's people were talking about they wanted a rematch, but I'm not sure if Crolla's really going to be all that anxious to try and get into Linares again. Man, Linares was tearing him up in those later rounds. It was definitely him showing he was just a class above, technically, athletically, and just all around. But Linares, of course, now he's the Ring Magazine champion. He's the clear #1 of the lightweight division, best win in the division. He's got the Ring title, he's got the WBA title, and of course he's got the WBC Emeritus title. Of course, Dejan Zlaticanin has the regular WBC belt. Then, of course, there's the IBF champion, Robert Easter Jr., recently who defeated Richard Comey. And then WBO champion Terry Flanagan is still out there as well. Flanagan was actually ringside, so I could, in theory, potentially see a showdown between Linares and Flanagan, which would be a fantastic unification, should that happen to get made. Otherwise, a fight with Zlaticanin, of course, could potentially be in the cards, for that full WBC title. And I'm sure, he'll probably get paid, pretty nicely for that one. But I'd imagine the money would be more in a rematch with Crolla or against Terry Flanagan. Or even potentially Mikey Garcia, should Linares' promoters, Taking Promotions and Golden Boy manage to do some business with Heyman, potentially maybe a Mikey Garcia fight or even a unification with Robert Easter. But I think any of those fights would be just excellent stuff. Or, of course, there's a dark horse out there in Juan Diaz. You know, Juan Diaz had been rumored potentially to be fighting against Terry Flanagan for the WBL title, but considering, you know, a lot of the issues promotionally between Top Rank and Golden Boy and PBC, Al Heyman, and so on and so forth, maybe Golden Boy and Top Rank will do a little bit of battle there. You know, do a little co-promotion. Linares versus Diaz would be a fantastic fight. Linares versus any of these guys would be a fantastic fight. Linares is just a fun fighter to watch. Excellent hand speed, foot speed combinations, just overall fantastic technical skill set in a very like fast-paced, action-packed fighter. Is, you know, just the type of fighter he is. You know, he brings to mind, you know, that Oscar De La Hoya, that Sugar Ray Leonard type of style, where it's like just awesome in hand speed and foot speed, and showing his athleticism in an offensive and defensive manner, kind of all in one at the same time. Not necessarily the greatest defensively, outright. But he still is able to get the job done for the most part, and he was able to do so against Crolla, you know, a top level, elite level opponent. So did just a solid job, and I mean, just yeah, any of those fights would be fantastic, man. A Juan Diaz, a Mikey Garcia, Terry Flanagan, Robert Easter, or even a Dejan Zlaticini. Excellent fights all the way around. Great performance from Jorge Linares, and he actually becomes the second fighter from Tekken Promotions in a row in the last couple of weeks to manage to net himself a Ring Magazine title after Shinsuke Yamanaka did so against Anselmo Moreno last week. And I could very well see, you know, the two of them maybe headlining one of these New Year's cards in Japan, like they tend to do. You know, I could see it very well like a triple header: Shinsuke Yamanaka, Jorge Linares, and Hozumi Hasagawa, who of course just racked up the WBC Super Bantamweight title. So, I mean, that'd be an excellent triple header. 3 world champions all on the same card. I could very well imagine making it happen. You know, they'd be doing it big in Japan every New Year's, you know, December 30th, December 31st. Just incredible action-packed cards. And Linares will definitely bring a hell of a lot of energy and just fanfare to any of those potential cards, potential fights that are out there. But, I mean, I definitely like to see him against any of those guys. Who knows if they're going to be able to get him on, you know, in the meantime until New Year's. You know, it's in all likelihood, I'd imagine that those guys that I mentioned that for him potentially, like in unifications or the other big names, probably wouldn't necessarily be available by New Year's. Probably more so for next year. And if anything, by New Year's, it'll probably be him versus, you know, just a top 15 guy. You know, and I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that he didn't deserve, you know, to have a little bit of a victory lap, especially considering the numerous tough fights that this man has been through in his career. You know, just a road warrior, a guy that goes to a lot of other people's homes and hometowns and gets the job done. And he managed to do so once again against Anthony Crolla. Just a solid job from Jorge Linares. Crolla showed a lot of heart as well. I definitely wouldn't mind seeing him again back in action against any of the maybe not exactly the very top of the top level, but maybe like a Peter Petrov, a Hank Lundy, maybe a Felix Verdejo once Verdejo gets back in the swing of things, or maybe even Kevin Mitchell. You know, excellent fights for him are bound as well. But of course, this is Linares' day. Just did a solid job. Much props to Linares, and that's gonna be it for this one. I'm gonna try to do a recap later for Dani Nietes versus Edgar Sosa, and the whole card if I'm able to peep the whole card. But I'm definitely gonna try and get a chance to check out the main event for that one. So I'll catch you guys on that one. Peace.